The Yale Young African Scholars Program brings across talented high schoolers from the continent to come together to tackle the challenges and problems we face as a continent, and to also use an interdisciplinary approach to answer these questions.
On July 25th, we kicked off the series of the 6th edition of YAS in Ghana. This year, we're expecting 300 students from 41 African countries and 281 senior high schools. We'll be hosting in 3 countries, Ghana, Kenya, and Zimbabwe. It's an 8-day program where students will be exposed to different aspects of college application, workshops and seminars with graduate and undergraduate students from the Yale University. Students will also have the opportunity to interact with professors from the Yale Universities and local speakers. This year we have had former Minister of Tourism from Ghana, Honorable Jifa Gomashi, and other speakers also talk to the students to inspire them.
What a delight it is to be amongst you, for many reasons. One, because I'm a woman and I see that I'm with my children. Yes. 2, because I think this is my space. My space is to let young people know that before you become a Minister of State, before you become the popular actress or whatever, there's a journey, there's a story behind that trail. And half the time, that story is not known till you meet young people. Then you let them see behind what they see in front of you. And thankfully, I met the likes of Joyce Ayi, who drummed it in my ear when I was probably 18 years that, so what do you want to do when you grow up? And I went, this, what I'm doing now. She said, oh, but do you know that when you are 50, when you are 40, you won't have as much energy as you have now? Joyce Ayi had asked me that question, and it rang a bell, and it reminded me that I should not be comfortable in this zone. So I always pushed myself. You need to start thinking of the space that you want to occupy and find out who are the people already in that space. What are they doing? How are they doing it? How are they remaining relevant? And they don't have to be close to you for you to learn from them. Thankfully, in your generation, there's, by the touch of a button, so many information you can find about your other people, the people who you want to learn from. And so even if you don't meet them, you know them.
This year we also launched the Social Impact Project. The idea behind this project is to encourage our students to go back into their communities, identify problems and come up with solutions.
So I think a program like Yale should exist because it emphasizes the spirit of community service and service to humanity, where you will do stuff for people without expecting anything in return. It also emphasizes the quality of leadership, where you would not see yourself as a leader who is bossistic or a leader who would be going around insulting or behaving orient and better than people, but seeing yourself as an equal to everyone that you are ruling and knowing that I am a human being, therefore I am equal to these people.
Actually, the things I got out of YAS program, I can't count them. Starting from SAT tips, reaching to the college guidance, all the things that I don't get to reach at my country, reaching to know new peoples from different countries and getting to know other African cultures and to know like new friends. The instructors from Yale, they didn't give us just academic tips, but tips to live there and tips for everything. This is a life-changing experience. I could never forget this. I don't want to go back to Egypt and like leave all those people. I might not get the chance to meet them again, but like they literally left a part inside of me.
Yeah, I think we've reached that point in Africa where we have the youngest populace in the world. And what's going to decide where Africa goes from now is how we invest in our young people. And I think such a program just sets that tone for Africa. It's only instrumental in such a drive to see that we have a young population that's aware of the opportunities out there, a young population that's aware of the challenges this continent is facing, and a young population that can go out there and actually make some real change so that Africa achieves the desired goals that we keep setting for ourselves.
I've been able to understand that even though I'm a Ghanaian, everything I am going to be in future is for Africa. So over here, it's like we are an alliance of all African countries, and every time we think, every time we talk, we are talking for the benefit of Africa.
what I got from YAS is the cultural diversity and like the students you meet. Because for me, I've never been outside Ethiopia, and that was my range. So coming through here, I've experienced different kinds of people, different kinds of culture, and like, and it has created a sentiment in me, like the African person, you know what I mean? That like it lets me understand what Africa is.
I think it should exist, especially in Africa, because we're not exposed or don't have the direct resources like the outside world, let's say Europe, America, Australia, those type of places. They have, let's say, more exposure to programs like this, where they are very direct to the things that we want to achieve as well. So having, let's say, for example, Yale, which is an institution outside of Africa, which does so many things like this, come to us where we are comfortable, is actually pretty great. So before we even go, like before we actually embark on our dreams, we have a taste and a feel of what we're getting ourselves into.
You should definitely apply. The acceptance rate, they told us it was about 5%, but that won't stop you. The experience is like you're in Yale, but Yale in Africa.
I would say expect rigor. Come with the intensity that this program desires, because you're going to be engaged in 7 days of intense work, doing the SATs, preparing for them, listening to a lot of discussions. But the beauty about it is that expect a lot of fun as well. The facilitators are just great. You get to engage in very interactive sessions with people who have actually gone to these universities.
I'd like to express my sincere appreciation to our donor, the Higher Life Foundation. YAS wouldn't have been possible without them. Higher Life came on board in 2016 and they have been a partner ever since. Thank you very much, Higher Life Foundation.